All right, so it's July 4th, and doing a recording. What was your name, brother?
3TV and CBS 5. It's Juan. 3TV and
Juan?
CBS 5. Yep.
Magana. Okay. All right, so I'll just maintain this, and we'll keep the audio on. And yeah, go ahead, bud. Whatever you want.
Let me just make sure everything's working on my end. Okay. And again, this is recorded. It's not live, so if you mess up, do it again. Okay.
I guarantee I'll mess up.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Tell me what's your first name, your last name, and tell me how do I spell it?
Sure. Hey, Juan. My name is Matt Papke. You spell it M-A-T-T, and last name P-A-P-K-E.
Okay, and just increase this a little bit. You know, what were you guys doing out here? I came earlier. You guys were out here having, a rally. Talk to me about that.
Well, we came out here to have hot dogs and hamburgers. We actually had my buddy bought 50 hot dogs and 70 some hamburgers. And we actually didn't get a chance to grill them because the event got shut down before that was able to happen. But we just came out to celebrate the 4th of July. I mean, Independence Day. You know, I like calling it Independence Day because we are celebrating the independence of our nation.
And then tell me, what happened? Why were you guys forced to close it down?
Well, we got word that there were some counter protests that were moving on us from multiple directions. Also word that they're armed. So we made, I'm not an organizer in any way, shape, or form, but other gentlemen here and ladies who did organize the event made the decision that we should start leaving. And so we shut everything down. It was scheduled to go till 9 o'clock. There were kids, there were dogs. It was actually really fun. But then they showed up and just a lot of yelling, right? But fortunately, no violence, and we were just worked with the police department. The Arizona State Police did a phenomenal job making sure people could get out of here, and the whole thing de-escalated and ended about as good as I think you could end it.
Tell me, did you ever feel threatened? Did you ever feel like your life was in danger?
Yeah, good question. So, I was a Marine, so I personally didn't feel threatened, with one caveat, but I definitely felt that the safety of individuals here, the women, the children, the elderly, the people who weren't armed, I definitely felt that their security was definitely threatened. And I'm very grateful for the people that stepped up to provide perimeters. The police managed the situation quite well. And I'm really grateful for the counter protester. I don't know his name. I tried to ask him his name, but he just told me to go F myself. But, he had a megaphone. And at some point, he did a great job and displayed great leadership and helped the people he was leading, go elsewhere. So he helped de-escalate what could be a very, very bad situation and ended peacefully. And, and now we're here talking about it.
Do you think that this sort of sends a message about, First Amendment? The fact that you guys are out here holding a rally and then you have someone come in and...
Well, I mean, the First Amendment does a lot of things. One of the things that it offers is the ability and protects our right to peacefully assemble. And I believe we're peacefully assembled. The counter protesters have every right in the world to assemble as well. And I protect that. I would defend that right for them. I think there's a distinct difference, a divergence between the caliber of the content of our assemblies, whereas ours was positive and working to bring people together. The counter protest was divisive and told us that we weren't good people and calling names and all these things. So it's their right. I have no problem, none at all. I want people to go and express themselves for what they believe and what they're passionate about. I mean, look, it's hot out here, and the fact that those people, they walked. We just sat, right? We drove here and sat down. But the fact that they walked from wherever they walked all the way here in the heat says a lot, right? They care enough to go do something about it. So I protect that. I applaud that. I can disagree with them, and that's okay. But I don't agree with, the level of vitriol and just animosity and vulgarity that they displayed. And I also don't appreciate that they blocked the exit and entrance, to this public forum, making it very difficult for people to leave and having the police have to intercede so people could depart.
Did you expect your 4th of July to end like this?
No, man. We had, like I said, we had a whole bunch of hot dogs and hamburgers and bottled waters and grills. We were just gonna have a good time. But it ended a little early.
Any final words, any final thoughts before we conclude?
Sure. So, for people that are home right now, yes, it's the 4th of July, but it's really Independence Day. And I would just encourage you to sit down with your families and your kids and read the actual Declaration of Independence and understand what the colonists did and why they declared their independence to the entire world. And that every gentleman who signed that document, even though they're imperfect human beings, they put their lives on the line. They signed their death warrants when they signed that document. And their signatures on that document gave us the catalyst to free ourselves from a very tyrannical crown, which was doing all kinds of things. And the Declaration of Independence will get into that in detail, so you should read it. But it gives us the freedom to be in the greatest country in the world that we have today, where two opposing views can protest and walk away peacefully.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, brother.
Hey, thank you.
You got it, Warren.
Oh. Hey, thanks again. Have a good day.